guys, I hope you all are safe at your home, right? Today we will start our new chapter, chapter number 2nd. It's the male and female gametophyte. In this chapter we will discuss about the structure of male and female gametes and development of male and female gametes simply, right? What is the meaning of male and female gametes simply? The angiospermic plant, the shoot of angiospermic plant is condensed and form a structure is called flower. Flower consists 4 different word, the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Calyx and corolla generally help in the fertilization only, and androecium and gynoecium are the male and female gametophyte actually. Androecium is the male gametophyte and gynoecium is the female gametophyte. So we will discuss about today the structure of androecium, the structure of male gametophyte. The structure of male gametophyte is called stamen, which consists of anther lobe and one filament. The anther lobe actually help in the formation of pollen grain, because pollen grain is the male gametophyte simply, which fuse with the egg of the female gametophyte and form the zygote, embryo and the seeds and new plant body simply, right? So we will discuss today the structure of the male gametophyte. It means the structure of the anther lobe, the structure of the anther. Anther consists 2 lobes actually. If in most of the dicotyledons plant, the anther is 2 lobe like this. This is the front view, and in the back side also 1 lobe is present, and this is the filament of the stamen. This is the complete stamen, this is the anther lobe, and this is a filament simply. In formation of pollen grain, this anther lobe actually help, right? If I will cut in the TS section of this anther lobe, this is divided into like this and form and appear like this structure. This is the transfer section of the anther lobe simply, you can say that. In a bilobe, or you can say that in the dithecous anther lobe, there are 4 chambers. There are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 chambers of pollen grain, microsporangia, you can say that. The 4 chamber of microsporangia are present in case of the dithecous anther lobe simply, and actually these microsporangia chamber produce the pollen grains. The pollen grains, these are the pollen grains. These pollen grain actually formed into the microsporangia. And the dithecous, there are 2 type of anther lobes are present, dithecous and monothecous. 60% angiosperms anther consists 4 lobes, or they are called dithecous, and in few exception, for example the Malvaceae family, in that case there are only single lobe is present, there is no 2 lobes of anther is present. So after the cutting of this, after the transfer section of this lobe, only 2 lobes are present, 1 lobe and 2 chambers are formed, 1 and 2. These microsporangia produce the pollen grains actually. So pollen grain actually produce into this microsporogenous cells, microsporangium cell, microsporangia you can say that, and these microsporangia form microspores or pollen grains actually. And these pollen grain, after the dehiscence means this wall is burst up and the pollen grains remove out from this microsporangia chamber to their target sites. So firstly we will discuss about the different cell which is present in the this structure microsporangia. This is the outermost structure is called epidermis. Actually this epidermis is covered with various undifferentiated cells. These cells actually we will call archisporial cells actually. These archisporial cells divide continuously during the development, during the formation of wall and formation of microspore. These archisporial cells continuously divide, and these cells have dense protoplasm as compared to the neighboring cell simply, you can say that, and they increase their size also. When these archisporial cells enlarge their structure and their protoplasm become thick, they are divided into 2 distinct cells First is the primary parietal cell, which is present towards the outer side, and microsporogenous cells, which is present towards the inner side. These parietal cells further divide by ecticlinal and periclinal division. Ecticlinal and periclinal means they are divided by horizontal as well as vertical. In both the direction they continuously divide, and after the division they make a condensed structure. They continuously divide. The next is the microsporogenous cells. Actually they help to formation of anther wall and the pollen grains. These cells actually help, which is present to the inner side of the microsporangia. These microsporogenous cells are further divide and distinct into or differentiated into two different zones. First zone is called anther wall. It means firstly they form the anther wall actually for the protection of pollen grains. After this, the few cell which become condensed, and a few means 2 or 3 only, become condensed. Their cytoplasm and thick cell wall and large in structure is called and converted into mother cell and called the microspore mother cell. These mother cell actually produce the pollen grain. Right, one mother cell produce 4 pollen grain at one time. So microsporogenous cells is firstly form the anther wall. These are the anther wall. Today we will discuss about the anther wall. Anther consists 4 different type of wall: epidermis, endothecium, middle layer and tapetum. For example, this is the outer structure. This is the outer structure of the anther. Outermost layer which have flat structure, nucleus is also present in that cells, is called the structure of these. Okay, these cells have capability to spread out also. Spreading is also present in this these cells. So the formation of these cells in the outermost layer is called the epidermis, and because the epidermis is the outermost layer, so its more important function is the protection only. So it protects the pollen grain from the outer environment. Whenever it become developed it fully develops, simply you can say. So this is the epidermis. Below epidermis there is another layer is present, is called endothecium. It is thick as compared to the epidermis. Epidermis is generally single layer, consists flat cell, but endothecium is consist more than one layer. So endothecium is present below the epidermis. They also consist nucleus. Nucleus is present in all the cells. These are the endothecium cell. Okay, these cells actually made up of a special type of carbohydrate is called the alpha cellulose. These are made up of alpha cellulose. Because of these carbohydrate, they are more strong and their nature is hygroscopic type. What is the meaning of hygroscopic? Hygro means like water content. These cells actually consist the water content and moisture, you can say that, which provide moisture to the developing pollen grains till they become mature. And after the maturation of pollen grain, this layer become dry up, and due to the dry up, this layer, this endothecium become burst up and dehiscence. Dehiscence means that when the wall become burst and the pollen grains comes out from the microsporangia. So dehiscence of pollen grain is also performed by this endothecium layer, right? Because it have capability to burst up, simply you can say that, because it have a special opening is called the scotium, simply through which the pollen grains comes out simply. Right, next is the middle layer. This is also a thick layer as compared to the endothecium. Compared to the endothecium, it is thick. It consists more than approx 1 to 3 layers of middle layer is present. These are the, for example, the middle layer of the microsporangia, which is made up of more than 2 layers, or it may be 3 layer, or it may be more in few cases. So middle layer is very thick layer. The main function of middle layer to provide the nourishment, to provide the moisture from the endothecium to the pollen grain which are present below the tapetum, simply you can say that, which is the innermost layer, right. Middle layer generally connect the outer layer with the inner layer, simply you can say that. So it's the main function of the middle layer. There is no special function of the middle layer in case of anther ball. Last is the tapetum. Tapetum is more dense, consists more dense cytoplasm as compared to the other layer which is present in the anther, and they have capability to divide more times, multiple times. During the maturation of the anther, they divide multicells and also consist multinucleus. They are multinucleated and multi-celled layer actually, and the innermost layer you can say that, which is present over the pollen grains. So because it is present over the pollen grain, so its main function is to provide the nourishment to the pollen grains. If the tapetum in any case, for example, the tapetum become dry up and you can say that the inactive converted into inactive cells, active cells converted into inactive cells, in that condition the pollen grains become sterile in nature. It means they does not have capability of fertilization or fusion, you can say that, right. So it is the innermost layer which is present above the anther, above the pollen grains, simply. Here for example, this is the tapetum. After the tapetum, there are few cells which are large in size, which are called mother cell, sporogenous mother cell, which form actually the pollen grain. Tapetum, because it have capability of elongation also, because it divide continuously at the time of, you can say that, the formation of pollen grains. As the speed of pollen grains are formed, they can divide immediately, because the pollen grains, each pollen grain require the nourishment and the protection also. So tapetum is divided continuously till the maturation of pollen grains takes place. Till the pollen grains are divided, they also it also divided, because it is the layer which provide the nourishment to the pollen grain, simply. Tapetum have dense cytoplasm, simply. Nucleus are more than one, simply it means multinucleated, and multi-celled layer. This is the multi-celled layer. Instead of all these structure, or instead of you can say that nourishment, tapetum also play an important role. Sometime it act as a secretory cell. It secretes some substances when the requirement is occur, and sometimes it behave like a amoeboid cell. It means the some waste material, if you need to goes out from the microsporangia, so it also function, or you can say that it also divide. It has two type of cell, amoeboid cell and secretory cell. Amoeboid cell generally help to remove out the waste material from the microsporangia, and secretory cell generally secrete out some substances according to the requirement. Instead of all these structure, tapetum have a lipid layer structure, or a fat layer structure is present, is called proeubish body. This is a lipid structure due to which the pollen grain actually sticky in nature due to the deposition of sporopollenin, because when the pollen grains become mature up and they start the mature up, their outer wall is called exine, which is made up of sporopollenin. So during the maturation of pollen grain, the sporopollenin also deposit over these cells, these proeubish cells, which is made up of fat body. So after the deposition of this sporopollenin, this proeubish body is called eubish body, right. And it provide the sticky nature to the pollen grain. You know that they are stick to each other. They are stick over the like stigma for the further fertilization process, simply. So because of this fatty nature, this because of this eubish cell, they provide the you can say that the pollen kit, they help in the formation of pollen kit, which provide a special fragrance to the pollen grains and special color to the pollen grains, yellowish color of the pollen grain, and sticky nature of the pollen grain simply. So tapetum help in the nourishment as well as help in the formation of pollen kit. Sometime in 1 or 2 marks it was asked about by the tapetum layer, what is the function of tapetum. Actually it is a 1 mark question, so in 1 marks it has arise many times, what is the function of tapetum. So you need to keep in mind tapetum actually provide the nourishment to the pollen grain, and it provide the pollen kit, or you can say that help in the formation of pollen kit, because pro-ubish is converted into the ubish body simply. So this is the anther ball. After this, these porogenous cells, microsporogenous cells, act as a microspore mother cell. This microspore mother cell form the pollen grains. One microspore mother cell produce 4 pollen grains in different species, in different shapes simply. We will discuss it by tomorrow.